welcome to the show that believes in the art of pornography and the fun it can bring to the entire family. It's 42 minutes later.
Yeah, show it to the kids. There you go, kiddies.
If you don't know, I'm just kidding, man. Don't do that.
Hey, do you want to know how Mummy and Daddy met? This is us on the set of Big Booties 2.
Yeah. The first time I met your mother's son, she was on the casting couch.
Yes, and JD Vance was wiping it off. Oh, yeah. So welcome to the after show, everybody.
Yeah. How's it going? What are y'all thinking? You know, what's happening? How are the Americans adjusting to Trump life? Just he's not even in office yet. Just the idea of Donald Trump taking his second term. You know,
it seems what I've seen is sheer terror and utter disbelief.
Look at these nominations coming in. You know, like what Trump's team, what do? Do they sit around and think to themselves, now, who has the most skeletons in their closet? Why is it? Blows me away. It's unbelievable.
Why isn't Hogan on the in the cabinet yet? I mean, is
I actually know
clean?
Why. No, it's because he basically failed to rip his shirt off at that last rally they had, and Trump was like, "No, you embarrassed me. Forget it."
Yeah. Because that's what you want to see Trump do.
Yeah. Or it could also have been that Trump was a little bit jealous because Hulkstan is real. Just a thought.
It's not. What do you mean? Is the tan's real? That's not even his skin. That's what he's ripped off some other wrestler and just glued onto his own.
It makes sense to bring Hulk Hogan into the fold because it was Hulk Hogan. Where's the goddamn picture of that slew? There it is. It was Hulk Hogan who, when the wrestlers were trying to unionize under Jesse the Body Ventura, because he was trying to get a union in, it was Hulk Hogan who went and ratted him out to McMahon.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. Hogan is the rat who kept the union out of wrestling so that the McMahons could make massive money. Can you imagine how much money Hulk Hogan made on the side on that fucking deal?
I would imagine it's quite a bit.
Yeah. So no wonder he's a close friend of the president-elect's, right? You know, because it's dirty money, dirty plays, right?
Oh, I know politics is a melting pot of disgusting, horrible people, and colluding and money, and it's worse than an episode of Dallas. But I just can't imagine. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know where I stand on this anymore. I really don't. Unbelievable. Heather Wiley in the chat put, I didn't know that about Jesse and Hulk Hogan. Funny thing is that's probably the only fact I know about professional wrestling. I was never a fan. I never really watched. Apart from it's faked.
Yeah. I watched for about a year because a friend of mine was right into it. So when, whatever on the weekend was on, if we were hanging out, I'd watch it with them, and it was the era where Hulk Hogan was a big shot, and Randy Savage and those guys were around. But I wasn't a fan. It just wasn't my thing.
You can tell it's fake because when they're on the ground, and one's on top of the other and they're just like wriggling around. If you watch the lips moving, the guy on top saying, "Yeah, just like we did in rehearsal." Remember
yeah,
that?
Exactly. Yeah. I remember the whole thing where they would put them in something called the arm bar, and and everybody would stomp on the ground as if it was like some big deal, and I'd be watching it going, well, I have actually trained in Taekwondo, and I know how stupid this is. I couldn't watch it.
It's like they always did like these like really bizarre like hits on each other, and then with really extreme responses. It's like, what? We're supposed to believe this?
There's a clip if you want to see this McMahon woman. She was actually a part of the Federation. She ran it for a while, brought it really high revenues and stuff. She was a good businesswoman by the sounds of it, but she got into the in the ring thing like her husband Vince McMahon did, because at one time Vince McMahon was a scrawny little guy in a suit, and then all of a sudden he was Captain Steroid and he was massive, right? and she is in the ring with her daughter. And
yes,
her daughter's,
I was wondering you were going to bring that one up.
I was going to bring the clip up, but I forgot to get it ready. And they start slapping each other out WWF style. And it's unbelievable that the family is willing to go that far just to make sure that, they can feed their dog minced tenderloin or whatever, right? It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, minced loser.
Yeah. All the while, they were literally sitting there watching some guy molest underage boys as if it was no big deal in the locker room. So, yeah, Trump, the perfect choice to put in a position of power.
Yeah. Education, probably a good place to put him.
Well, speaking of which, did you see that fucking clip? I was going to get that for ready today, too. PJ, we got to talk coming up because we got to expand the news thing. I got, and it's just not coming together. I need more help. There was a clip.
Yes, you need more help.
A lot more. And we'll get to the story of why coming up, because my life is a shit show. It's not fair. There's a clip of Trump saying that he's going to get rid of the Department of Education in its entirety. He does not go on to, hold on. He does not go on to then say, I'm going to replace it with something better. But he says, we're going to get rid of the entire education department because in the world, we used to be number one in education and now we're smack dab at the bottom. No. Smack dab is in the middle. You fucking fuck. You can't even get. It's like you're like Biff Tannen at this point. Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here? Yeah. You can't get it right. But so instead of funding the Department of Education to get your country higher on the education list, you're going to get rid of it.
Just get rid of it.
Yeah. Because if we don't educate the masses and we only just have private schools for the rich people, then all our numbers will go up. It's the dumbest fuck. Because Trump knows that he got elected on the backs of idiots who have no idea who he even is or what he's prepared to do, and a few really rich people that paid to make sure the idiots would vote, right? That's what happened. So Trump knows by getting rid of education on a basic level for the masses, he's just going to be able to convince more stupid people to fucking vote for him and keep him in office until he dies, which, I don't know. Can you set your watch by this kind of shit? I mean, it's just...
I'll just put my your jeans on my hope chest.
Yeah. On my hope chest. So yeah. I think it's funny too. Does anybody notice that Melania is nowhere to be seen at all? Trump's hanging out with at this point, is Elon going to change his name? Is he now Melion Musk? Like it's
no, they can't get married because that would be a gay marriage. He'd have to change sex first. Oh no, you can't do that either. Oh no, what are you going to do? This is a quandary. You bricked up your own corner. You just can't get out of it.
Yeah. But man, it's unbelievable, right? I mean, even she knows. I don't want to be around this fucking fuck, Man, I hope something happens and Trump gets like the whole Nixon treatment, so he doesn't get to finish a term, because I Number one, whoever takes office after Trump is going to have so much shit to clean up. It's not going to be funny, but it's also going to be unfair to them because no matter how good they do, it won't be enough. Right? It's going to be dismantle the Department of Education. I mean, as a Canadian, sure, I got a slightly socialist twist. If you're American, you'd see it that way, right? But number one, an educated populace contributes more, and therefore the government has more because everybody who contributes pays taxes. You see what I mean? Number two, a healthy populace contributes more, and as such, right? So in my mind, two of the most important things a government should do for its people is educate and, keep everybody healthy and working. And those seem to be two things that Trump is diabolically opposed to. So
I just don't know. I mean, I'm sure in Trump's head that he thinks he's doing right. I can't imagine that he's that so far deluded that he thinks that he can just be king of the world, and I'm king of the world, and just control everybody like serfs. I'm sure as far as the education system is concerned, he thinks he's doing the right thing. Surely, no. Please, I can't be that wrong that he's just that so much of a fuckwit that he's just going to destroy everything. Maybe he's got a plan. Or a concept of a plan.
If I had to guess, I would believe that his idea is to take education and make it more like post-secondary education, or another analogy might be the criminal justice system, where jails and colleges and universities are private businesses that are sure doing their job, but they are there for profit.
I remember when Trump was coming up for election the first time, and a friend of mine was going to vote for him back then, and he was going, why? And he says, well, it's government. He's going to shake it all up, and well, he didn't, did he? Not really.
No.
But now he's getting a second chance, and he is shaking up government from top to tail.
This goes to a report that we brought up a couple of months back, or maybe a couple of weeks back. It's hard to tell sometimes. But a few analysts are concerned because Trump has the experience to not be misled and befuddled by the system as much as the first time. And he should, especially with them having more control this time around, be able to really railroad his bullshit through this time compared to last, right?
Yeah. I mean, in many ways, it just seems like he wants to rewrite the Constitution. Throw it out and start again.
Yeah.
You got some soupy chats there. Catch up.
Yeah. So we got Chuck Yameritz. Yameritz. I've always wondered. I'm sure I'm fucking that up a tiny bit, but I'm trying my best here. For the boom boom fun. Which would be better?
We can just call him Chucky Yums from now on. Chucky Yums.
Hey, Chuck, are you in the UK? You could be Chucky Egg, right? A little Spectrum action. So he says, which would be better, MTG Body Double, Hulk Hogan, or Kid Rock? Oh yeah, brother. Oh my God, Kid Rock. I never liked him as a musician. Oh well, I'm using that term unbelievably loosely.
He's changing his name from Kid Rock because Matt Gaetz has got eyes on him now.
Yeah. He's calling himself not a couch just to make sure that Vance doesn't pull it either.
He's calling himself very, very grown up rock.
Yeah.
Adult rock.
So what would be better? Well, if it's an MTG Body Double, Marjorie Taylor Greene, maybe we could put, the like the brains of one of those escaped hamsters in, because that would be an improvement.
If you want a body double for Marjorie Taylor Greene, just a sack of rotten kittens would be just as good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I'd like to see Marjorie Taylor Greene dressed in the costume of an unwanted dog with that other politician there in a rock quarry. I think that would be an appropriate end to that one.
What's their name? I've forgotten her name now.
Yeah. Death to puppies, that bitch. You know that one. So we got Chuck in here with a second one. Slavy has the greatest troll. What?
Kirsty Nome. The dog and the grapple pig, Kirsty Nome.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dog killer. Horrid bitch who hates puppies. Yeah. Chuck, Slavy has the greatest trolling comments on Twitter about Trump's cabinet choices. Yeah, I don't do much Twitter, but I hear that she's properly on fire over there for that stuff.
I should check her out.
She's got a good educational level, and she's very clever in her stuff. Great addition to the stuff around here we do, definitely. But check out Slavy's channel and her social media as well. We'll dig up some links in the background and get them in the thing there. And then we got Cypher as well in there. For coming in at fucking fuck. I've never been introduced that way. Woohoo! You know, sometimes you just have to be honest with the way you deliver things. Cypher, thank you very much. Fuckity fuck. There, we'll make sure we're doing this properly. So what do you think there, Dunk? Where are we going next? Anything on the agenda you'd like to get to?
Well, yeah, there is a thing that needs to be brought up. I hate to say it, but there's a lot of fans out there of our little puppy dog Dixie. Dixie, you got the button. Press the little button for the bouncy Dixie. Yeah, she's a member on the show. There she is, little Dixie, jumping up and down, saying hi to everybody. Everybody knows Dixie. Last year she was on death's door, and miraculously, I brought her back to life. She's had a great year. Been a lovely little dog, but unfortunately, she passed away on what day was that? Tuesday. Yeah. Very, very, very sad. She was just very, very cuddly. She just cuddling with mummy.
That big.
Yeah, she was cuddling with mummy. We put her down the bed, and she just passed away, in her sleep. Yeah, poor little thing. Yeah, but we got a. I know a lot of people on the channel, loved her, and because we had lots of discussions about her when she was ill and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah.
we got a little tribute. If you want to play it, Dick, you might want to. Dick might cover his ears, but we have got a little tribute video for her.
Yeah, this is pretty cute too. So you want to set it up? Or do you want to just play it? And you can tell them after.
Well, yeah, just play it. Just play it.
All right, I'll just shut up.
Dixie, we love you. Dixie, we do. Dixie, we love you. Even when you coo. Dixie, you're so sweet and nice. When you play with lumps of ice, with your tiny little claws and your Dixie little claws. Dixie, we love you. Dixie, we do. Dixie, we love you. 'Cause your nose is cool. Dixie, with your pointy tail, like a furry 4-inch nail, and your flippy floppy ears, the cutest thing we've seen in years. Dixie, we love you. Dixie, we do. Dixie, we love you. And so does Lulu. With a little wrinkle nose. When you lick our toes, should you ever disappear? It would bring us all to tears. Dixie, we love you. Dixie, we do. Dixie, we love you. Dixie, we do.
I think we need to do it again.
Oh, bless her.
As you can see, Dunk's family have been alive since before the invention of the radio. So
Yes, or the microphone.
Yeah.
I recorded that with the kids like 10 years ago on a MacBook. like my son says at the end, yeah, you should record that again. Really.
Yeah.
We never did, but
Yeah.
It's cute. I love that little ditty. It was great.
Yeah.
She was such a sweet little doggy.
And
I mean, it was getting to the point where we were going to have to take her down to the vets the next day, but Dixie obviously overheard us and thought, "Nah, okay."
Yeah, you had just talked about, things aren't looking good. You were trying to like get her to eat and her sleep and everything,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very sad.
But she'll live on here with us on the Shills.
Yes. She's going to be right there with us all the time now.
Yeah.
Look at that go.
Yeah. One of those things.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got some stories to tell as well.
Yeah.
Like why we haven't been live. we didn't go live on Tuesday because Dick had problems, and also because Dixie died and all that kind of stuff. She was like, let's just skip it. And we'll go live on Wednesday, no problem. We'll set it all up, and then all fucking hell broke loose.
Yeah. So there was this strange thing. My son's mom, my ex-wife, gets a hold of me. That's Tuesday night then, right? Yeah. And she says, block this phone number. Don't take any calls from this phone number. Block this. You gotta understand here. We have had the most brutal relationship, trying to just be civil to deal with our son, whatever. I don't see myself as at fault in this. And a few people in the Shills team that know the stories over time, Dunk especially. I mean, I've just been, it's awful. But in the last like 8 months or so, it's all kind of stopped. There's no bullshit anymore. I could go into why, but it's good. So she gets a hold of me Tuesday night. And she says, look, block this number, blah, blah. This person's going to try to get a hold of you. I'm not at home right now. I'm just off at the store. I can't be long. I got to get out of here. And, she was kind of like flustered. Like you could tell like this was a big deal. Right. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll block it. What's the number? So I put it in, made a contact, block it. I say, so what's going on? You got an asshole ex or something? Oh, I don't even want to go into it right now, but just, I got to get out of here, but I'll let you know and keep you posted or whatever. And I was like, yeah, fine. So I was tempted to unblock the number just to hear what this person might say.
Yeah. I was goading him on to say like, ring it out, find out.
Yeah. But, there's nothing this person could say. Like the last thing I need is somebody to make me not overly like her even worse or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's just not even worth it. So I didn't.
Yeah, it's like you're divorced. What good it was? You should not have married. Yeah, I know.
I know exactly. I paid for it for years. Jesus Christ, And I mean, some ex of hers, he's going to go, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. What do you think? We're going to go have a beer and talk about it? You know what
exactly,
I mean?
Exactly. Join the club. In fact, we've got a club meeting on Wednesday of all her exes.
I would have to be the president for all these chuckle fucks, It'd be just unbelievable.
You should see Dick's on the channel whining about his ex. It's got more subscribers than this. It's got more subscribers than this channel.
Yeah. But okay, nothing happened that night. And I did say that night, I said, okay, is this somebody that lives like close to us? Yes. Is this somebody who knows where I live? Yes. And I said, okay, is this somebody that understands the response they'll get from me if they show up at my front door? Maybe, but this person thinks they're full of bravado and whatnot. So, okay. So I was expecting, it didn't happen. I stayed up late just in case. I mean, my son was home and stuff, right? My son's on the autism spectrum and he wouldn't see it coming. He'd have no idea, right? So, very protected mode I was in. So Wednesday comes along, there's, some show prep going on and stuff and whatnot. And my ex gets a hold of me again. I'm in town and this guy's driving around following me. So I say, okay, well, just drive on over here. And if he's dumb enough to follow you into my townhouse complex, I'll drag him out of his car and, kick the shit out of him. There's no big deal, right? And so she pops over, and it's the last thing I want in life is my ex to be in my home. But she pops over, and dude drove by, and then he drove into the cul-de-sac and drove around and a few things. So I call the cops. Cops are trying to find him. He parks his car. He's running around on foot. He's seen a couple of times. I'm not shitting you. This is how it played out, right? So we get the neighbor. She's going to drive my ex home. They're getting ready to get in the SUV, and it took a while for the neighbor to get home. And dude was there at the fence, and he saw, so he would have known. And then my ex would have been home alone, and this guy's here, right? So we stop. My ex comes back to my place. I'm like, oh, for God's sakes! So during this, we get a couple of things from the police, like, oh yeah, we saw his car. It's empty. It's parked. He's on foot now. Oh, we saw him here. We saw him there. It's just unbelievable, right? And so then the officer calls and says, look, we're going to need your statements and any footage from your security cams if he was seen on cam or his vehicle was. And I was like, yeah, he was. Okay, so they come over and they pick myself and my son up. We go down to the station. Grandma has to pick my son up from the police station because it's her night to have him over for a visit. And she's like, what? You're at the police station? What the hell's going on? I'm like, shut the hell up. Just come and pick him up. It's fine, right? Because she just goes ballistic crazy. And so she picks up Felix. I hang out for a while. I'm waiting and waiting. Finally, some, gumshoe sleuth shows up to take my statement and whatnot. And then I get home and I didn't even, jump on the internet. I just pulled up the Plex server and went, fuck this. I sat down to have something to eat. I take a bite, and a tooth that I should have had fixed but didn't have fixed yet because I pulled stupid, 3/4 broke in half, and now I'm sitting here on the verge of, is this going to go south and fuck my shit up?
You were probably grinding your teeth.
I'm sure I was. The stress levels that I get from this, my son's mother at times are, Burj Khalifa high, right? And so now she's bringing this kind of shit to my door, but I didn't have to step into it. I could have just said, well, go to the police station or whatever and stayed out of it. But she is my son's mother. And I know that she's had a couple of boyfriends who have, stepped out of the car when her and I were arguing and they tried to be cool. And I'm just like, get the fuck in the car and stay away from me or I'll tear your fucking head off your boom. They shut up. Right. So I knew that I could deal with the situation. I had no idea how it's like running around, peeking through the fence and stuff. I mean, what the hell? And to this point, I still haven't had confirmation that he's been picked up or anything. So my son, his mother and grandmother are all at grandmother's right now. And it's like a gated retirement community with a little bit of a security thing and stuff going on. So I'm just waiting for this asshole to pop over so I can cold cock him and, that'd be that, right? Get it done with.
Yeah, I think you call it colonic rearrangement.
yeah. But he fucked with my life now. So, as far as I'm concerned, if I see him, he's getting one for sure. Right?
And he's here tonight.
Oh, if only. If only.
We got him as a guest.
Yeah. So, that was my 36 hours of existence there. That was great. Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody in the chat who last night sitting waiting. What are we doing? The chat? We're putting it back 30 minutes. Oh, another 30 minutes. Oh, maybe an hour. Well, maybe not at all. Now we got to cancel it all.
Yeah, so, it was crazy.
That's why it's
Yeah.
not like, you know, we just like feeding you bollocks. It is there was a real situation.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
Mm.
It could have been solved so much quicker if the guy just had the balls to stop and get out of his damn car when he went through the cul-de-sac. Would have been done, right? You know. Yeah.
I mean, I did say to Dick, look, if you just don't want to do the show, just, you know, we'll just not do it. You don't have to bring your fucking drama into everything.
Yeah.
We could have done the show anyway. You know,
Yeah.
we could have done it. We just had to mic up and the police officers and get the webcam.
Yeah.
Bring them on.
Yeah. The Crouch says, Dick, do what you got to do. Just do it out of camera range. I've got my front camera set up so it's triggered to a light switch. So I can literally just walk outside, flick it off and go, come here, bitch. Oh, yeah. Now, don't get the wrong idea. I don't run around as some angry asshole trying to pick fights with people or anything, but
no, you do that with me.
yeah. But you bring it to my family and I'm pretty capable and I'm going to make you fucking pay for it, you know. Stupid son of a bitch. Jesus Christ. Peeking through the fence. I was like, what am I, 14? What the fuck is going on here? I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
You know?
The worst thing is one of those like chainmail fences. He wasn't exactly peeking.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is, hiding behind the wire.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah. What's you got any crazy stories from the week? Not so much because you've been dealing with sad loss. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it's Thursday. I mean, between Tuesday and Thursday, that's what's happened. What else do you fucking want?
Yeah.
I know.
Hey, I wanted to bring something up. So in the stories of the early days of the computer, one of the big stories that gets told a lot is how Bill Gates was a genius when he said to the IBM people, look, we'll license you our operating system DOS, which was actually not theirs. They bought it for $50,000, but
I thought they just stole it.
Yeah, no, they did pay $50,000 for it, but knowing the licensing fees they were going to get from IBM, they did steal it off the guy, right? Come on.
Yeah.
But Gates says to IBM, we'll license it to you, but we also reserve the right to license DOS to other manufacturers. Now, in IBM's mind, it's our computer. Nobody else could build it. It's all about the hardware. Software means nothing. Sure, yeah, whatever, little man. That's fine, right? Now, people say that is the big thing that made Gates the big man. And it is. It truly is. But it's not the first time that he thought that way. He had been thinking that way since day one. Microsoft Basic, he tried to make sure that was on every freaking micro 8-bit computer there was out there, to the point where Microsoft got together with some other people and created the MSX standard, right? Because Bill Gates knew from day one that a standard, an operating system across multiple machines would be the one to get the most software. And he knew that software was going to be what drove hardware sales. He was so ahead of the curve that he knew way before IBM even came to him asking for the DOS operating system that you had to have that dominant position, right? It's interesting. He knew that, to win, he had to be that screw my competitors, take everything guy that he was, right?
Can you imagine if George Lucas was part of Microsoft at the time? He said, yeah, I'll just deal with the T-shirts and toys and lunch boxes. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah. George Lucas would have been, Clippy. Okay, I'll make the toys,
Yeah. It'll be a billionaire faster than Bill Gates.
Yeah. But yeah. Gates was very smart that way. He knew right away that was the key to being the player. He even in a famous thing talking about the Macintosh, he was talking about how the Mac would be a standard and blah, blah. And I think he was actually being a total clown in that interview because he knew that he was making the standard in Windows. Right?
Yeah, shite.
Well, that's true too. I mean,
well, which brings us. Well, I don't know if you're ready with finished your rant, but yeah, it's up to you. Because the new Microsoft, what's it called again? Let me just pull it up. Oh no, I closed the window. Is the 365?
Microsoft that little
link.
Yeah,
is a little nookie little computer thing like $350. And what is it? Is it a computer? No. Can you put Windows on it? No. Can you put any software on it? No. What can you do with it? What can you do with it? Oh, you connect to an Edge browser.
Yeah. It's a Chromebook that's meant to get you onto the online office. That's all it is, right?
Yeah, it just links into their 360 Microsoft 365, which is something I'm not really interested in. But it's basically a subscription service.
Yeah.
You can buy a box, which you can then apply for a subscription service.
You can buy a computer, pay for it now, and pay for it later.
For the rest of your life. And can you run any games on it?
No. Well, maybe word games, Well,
with Wordles on the fucking Microsoft Edge.
Soon to be released, Zork.
It's just so funny that fucking Apple Mini thing. You buy the basic model, everyone's lauding it. It's the most greatest value PC out there ever.
Until you try to upgrade it.
Oh no! Yeah, until you try to upgrade it, of course. Unless you're clever enough to actually, pull it apart and unsolder the NANDs off the board, and replace them. Yeah, everybody can do that. You fuckers. Yeah.
Yeah.
How to upgrade your Mac Mini? Become an incredibly fantastic electronics engineer. Yeah. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'm going to do that tonight while I'm in bed. But
no, I couldn't believe that piece of shit when I saw someone do a video about it. It's like, wow. So, and not only that, $365 for it.
I know. I know.
Just for a web browser interface.
Yeah, and when you look at the new Mac Mini,
you could do that with a Raspberry Pi.
I know, right? Probably better too. But that new Mac Mini at $599 retail price in its base configuration, there's not you cannot make an equivalent PC for the same amount of money. It's not possible.
No.
But as soon as you try to
don't want any more memory.
Yeah. As soon as you try to upgrade it, man, you can kick the shit out of that thing. It's just the pricing of upgrades is so bad, Was
it Snazzy Labs? He did a video about it. I didn't watch it because I'd seen enough about the thing. I didn't need to see any more videos. But the title of the video was, like something like best value PC /scam.
I know, because it is, right?
But when is Apple going to learn, please?
But if you want a computer and all you do is like Facebook and internet stuff and shit like that and collect a few photos off your phone and whatnot, the new base model Mac Mini is the best deal you can get in computing. Totally. It just is. Except, if you need extra storage, you're going to have to plug something into it because you can pay Apple.
It's cheap enough. The thing is, that's not really that's not a deal breaker these days. Let's face it.
No, but it ruins
a lot of people are using externals.
But it ruins the aesthetic of that clean desk that they always show you in the advertising because
it does, yeah.
Right, and that's why I think Apple overcharges on the whole storage thing because they know that people are like, but I don't want to wreck the aesthetics of my desk because I'm OCD and that's why I have Apple in the first place, and they're totally taking advantage of those people. I'm one of them. Assholes.
Yeah. They take advantage of me too, but but I take it and like it.
And during the M1 days, when M1 Apple chips first came out, their internal SSDs were blindingly fast and amazing and blah blah. they're not the fastest in the industry anymore, and they still cost a fortune to upgrade. It's stupid. But the whole point is the base model for the average person is fine, because the average person isn't downloading 16 gig copies of bootleg movies and stuff. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, just stick it on an old fucking hard drive. Who cares?
No, get an old HP workstation and turn it into an Unraid server. Trust me from experience, it's a good option.
Which reminds me, I was talking to Dick just as we were about to go live earlier. I want hands up in the chat. What do you think of this idea of mine? Because Nick, who's Nick? Is Nick here? No, Dick is one of those, kind of like real, sort of like loudmouth, egotistical, narcissist bastards that I think would be great as a technological blogger, just doing 10, 15-minute videos, every week or so about technology. Because we've all seen them. Hands up who's they're subscribed to at least one technology channel, and they go, oh, here's a new computer, I'm gonna buy every variation of the Apple Mac Pro and blah blah blah. And I'm going to review them and show them fucking benchmarks, let's run Cinebench, see how that works out.
Because that matters in the real world about as much as the fucking supper I had last night to how my computer runs. Oh, I hate that crap. Yeah.
Whereas I say, Dick just comes on, 10-minute show, blah blah blah. Here's the tech news this week. You fucking morons! And here it is. Yeah. Somebody came out with this piece of shit. Yeah. Somebody came out with this, not bad. Somebody came out with this. What a piece of shit! What a guy!
You technophobe sods. Here's the fucking news.
Yeah. And you're gonna get it Shills style. You're gonna get it from the mouth of Dawson.
No, but
we'll call you Zardoz.
Oh God! But he has a point, because I don't just pay attention to the headlines and stuff. Like, I pay attention to the manufacturing techniques that are going on, and I'm really into tech, right? I purposely hold back a lot because I know you all just go, holy fuck, here he goes again. No.
Yeah, but you love it. You love it. You love the subject. You're very passionate about it. And whereas this is what I was saying to you earlier, there's so many other channels that talk tech. They're so soppy.
They're powder puffs because they're scared of not getting their promoting and sponsors. I hate it. Yeah.
And here's our sponsorship this week, which is such and such VPN, because you're all tech people who watch my channel, and you all know about VPNs, and you all know they're all a load of pieces of shit. No, you sell VPNs who are watching cooking channels because they don't understand. You don't try to sell VPNs to people who are into tech.
Yeah. Well, these days with the AI bots doing whole, transcripts and everything, the people that are doing promotional stuff would instantly see that I'm not somebody they want to be with unless they truly put out good products that could withstand it, right? But even then, the odds of me taking a sponsorship over something like that, it's not really me.
Yeah. Raycon budget earphones.
Oh yeah.
I can imagine you can do. Oh yeah. Just a break from my sponsorship. Raycon, piece of shit.
Can you imagine? Yeah, I'd be like Raycon. I put these things in for 2 minutes, and holy fuck, do they sound shitty?
Yeah. Sorry. Is your check back?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that would be real, wouldn't it? I mean, because they're all doing. I mean, I think probably the only one that actually speaks out against his sponsorship deals is Linus Tech Tips. Probably is the only one that speaks in the face.
Yeah,
of his sponsorship
especially
deals.
with D-Brand. God, I love their relationship.
Yeah, he fucking hates them, and I don't think he does hate them.
No, their promo codes are always like 4'9" and short Linus and stuff. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but on your channel though, you'd have to come out with a screwdriver. It is just literally a fucking screwdriver. It's a Phillips head PZ2 screwdriver. That's it. It's just a screwdriver.
But I'm Canadian. I'd bring out a Robertson bit just to fuck people up. What is that square thing? What the hell is that?
Doesn't fit anything.
This guy's an idiot.
But it's the best quality one you can buy.
Yeah. If you don't know, the square Robertson bit is actually the best before Torx and stuff came along, by far. The way that the little square is slightly tapered. Well, the way the square is tapered, the screw will actually stay on the bit without being magnetized. Like, it was by far the best screwdriver bit ever.
Yeah, very clever.
Yeah, you know. I lived in a town where one of the original Robertson factories was actually there, and it was like an old abandoned building that still had the sign on it. And we'd go up in there when we were like 13 years old to cook hot knives and stuff when we were skipping school. You know, it was great. I learned some history while being a punk ass little bitch.
we got Robertsons over here, except they make concentrated juice squash.
That's not the same thing now, is it?
It's very hard to screw in a screw with juice.
It's not good for carpentry, but good for the break times. Well, see, the Kraut in the chat says, "Hey, Dawson, have a show where you guide ignorant boomers like me through the finer points of computers." I've thought of this where and Dunk bringing it up now, it does bring up more about it, but there's quite a few things that I could bring up in so much as it pertains to a tech show, because not only do I know the current news of what's going on and who's trying to rip off your personal data and stuff, but I understand the core tech very well. Like, when this thing recently blew up about the Intel processors being slightly badly manufactured and them having to change all this kind of craziness. I won't go into it, but I saw that coming.
No, not on this channel.
Yeah.
On your new channel coming up.
Yeah, but I saw that coming. I knew it was coming, right? I know there's something going on with the Apple manufacturing process at TSMC, because we're not getting those ultra chips that are two Maxes fabbed together. We're not getting that right now. There's something going on there too, right? All kinds of things that can be talked about. I would like that. Another one I would like to do.
The more we talk about it, the more I think we just got to do it.
I'm gonna have to sell my child so I have time to do this stuff, right? Does anybody want, anybody need a tall 17-year-old that's cuddly?
We just got rid of Dixie, but no, I think you could do it in 10 minutes flat, 5 minutes prep, run,
if that.
You'd be done. You'd be done.
I'd be scared to do too much.
After 10 minutes, you'd be going, I got so much more fucking things I want to rant about, but I've got to save it for the next show.
Yeah. Heather's already claiming my son. He would love to be in Mexico. Oh my God. He would love that. Oh yeah.
Well, under Trump, he might well be. You never know.
No, that's the one thing about Trump. I'm Canadian. As much as I don't like the whole situation, it shouldn't affect me that much. It just.
Do you think you being Canadian is going to stop Trump? You sweet, ignorant little child.
We burned down the White House once, and we're not above doing it again.
Didn't you have British help then when we did that?
Well, it's that whole thing where if a Scottish guy wins the Formula One World Championship, you guys got a British Formula One World Champion. It's kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But speaking of which, that's another one that I might consider doing like a once a week thing on. Again, it would have to be a different channel because it would fuck up our algorithm big time. But I love auto racing, specifically Formula One. And I would love to do a little weekend wrap up after each race because I'm really into it. I can talk about the aerodynamic efficiencies of the upgrades of the cars and stuff. And I love it.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good idea. It's something if you did blow up, you probably get bored of doing our fucking shows. But you know, I think it's again.
I'd phone it in with AI, right?
Again, this is one of the things we've been talking about. You know, the fact that we do these shows, they're quite early for you. You know, in the day, you know, it's just like
I don't have enough time to get drunk before going live. I mean, you know.
Yeah, so you've got plenty of time to get drunk and crack out your what you
Here's
would
a
be
question.
your late night show before bedtime.
Here's a question. If I was going to do a little tech thingy, would you guys want me to do it as a uploaded video or live?
I think you record it live and then upload it.
Let's see what they say.
If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, you just use the same tech that you're using now.
Yeah.
That's just a blog. You know, you just record the camera.
Yeah. Right. You know, like I could do what we do, except you know, do a little cut and shut and whatnot, or just deliver it. Right. You know.
Yeah. I think the only reason why live makes sense for our shows is because we do interact with the audience sometimes. Hello, audience, you're still here with us, and you know we're bouncing off each other. We're having a conversation. If you were doing these shows, they don't have to be live. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You just need to record them and just put them out. So,
yeah, Commander Prankster says live would be more fun, especially if you screw it up. Well, you've been around, so you know.
Well, that's what these shows are for.
Yeah, but when it comes to tech, I live and breathe this stuff. It would be rare that if I go off on some tangent, it'd be rare that I'm not educated on the subject, right? You know, I might trip over myself and go, oh, fuck, and then restart or something. But that's usually for the entertainment value, right? Well,
yeah, there's no harm in that. Well, but that's the point, because it would be so refreshingly different to all the other tech channels out there. Because it would just, it's not an insipid attempt.
With me, you could guarantee that nothing's being said because, they might sponsor me one day. It would never happen, right?
Yeah,
I would just, if somebody sucks balls, holy fuck, do I got a pair for them, right?
Yeah. The only other thing you got to worry about is security protection, because Microsoft might actually send a guy around and he won't just be peeking through your fence.
Yeah, sweaty old Steve Ballmer shows up.
Oh no. Let's get ready to rumble.
Cypher in the chat says, I got a name for the show, but I want royalties if you get big. All right. What is it?
Come on in. Give it to us. I did say Techno Moan, even though that channel's already taken, but Techno
Matt would flip out. Yeah, I can't do that, man. I've been commenting on his shit for years, man.
You got Techno Rant.
Yeah. Or what about that? What about this as well? You know how we like to do like a 42 show and then do an after show? So what if I did like a 12, 15 minute little blurb about tech and what's going on, but then after show, I have somebody like LGR or Techmoan and people come on as guests to talk about being tech people. I mean,
we wanted to go on to things like PubChat and stuff like that, in the past anyway. But it would make sense.
But if you have a slight topic that works for them, it's unbelievable how easy it is to get these people to actually say yes and come and hang out. People are all like, "Oh, how did you?" Because you remember the early days of the Shills. We had Professor Dave Explains come over and debunk flat earthers with us. We had 1,600 subs. He had 1 million. Why did he show up? Because we asked. That's all it takes. It's not that hard.
Yeah, it could be your Sunday pre-show. What you could do is you could record it Sunday pre-PubChat, and we run it, and then as your channel builds, they become guests on the PubChat.
That's a good idea.
As part of an after show. There's a thought.
That's a thought.
And especially if you pre-record it, you don't necessarily have to do it, then it's just when you release it.
Yeah. And you got this whole thing going on where YouTube is what's the word I'm looking for here? Stupid. So if we try to do content that is too many different directions of interest in one channel, YouTube has no idea what to do with us, and we get lost in the shuffle. And this is actually
it's killing us with just having the Ukraine show.
Yeah, this is exactly what's happening with us right now with having the 42 show, but also having a Ukraine show. YouTube does not know what to do with us, and it's fucking us up. And we've been considering turning this channel into the 42 show, starting another channel for the Ukraine show. And you see where I'm going with this, right? Because YouTube can't handle it. They don't know what to do with us.
No.
Makes
a lot of sense.
And if you go back a few years in this channel's history, we tried to do a thing where we turned this channel into a TV station, and every day you'd have a different style of content. And that was the dumbest idea ever. It's a great idea. It's just that YouTube can't play ball with it because they're based on you teach people how to use skillets. You teach people how to clean toilets. You teach people about cars. You talk about, they can't figure it out, right?
Yeah. Yes. The EIO network.
Yeah. And yeah.
But you're not the first I've heard want to do that. I've heard other channels when they say, I want to do this and I want to expand it.
Yeah.
And you go and look at their channels, and their core show that they used to gets lots of views, and the extended ones where they have like other people doing their little bits and bobs gets no fucking views whatsoever.
Right. And
because it's not what your core viewers came for in the first place.
Right. Now 4 years ago, that wasn't that big of a deal. But in the way that YouTube is running it, the program now with the algorithm and whatnot, if you have one show that has 150 viewers live and you have another show that has 400 viewers live, YouTube just goes, oh, so you're really inconsistent, and people they don't look at the content and figure out why, right? Because you're supposed to separate the content by channel. That's what they want, right?
Hey, I got an idea for the name for your show. Technospasm.
Well, let's see what Cypher said here. He sent me a little message here. Hold on.
Get the fuck off my lawn and stop peeking through my fence.
So Cypher's idea. Okay. I'm not gonna shout them out now because we're gonna have a little Shills talk after. But we'll. Yeah.
Oh dear. What have I done wrong now?
There's a golden rule in entertainment. If you ask your viewers what they actually want and then give it to them, they won't show up for it. What they want is something different. It's just how it works.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Ask anybody that's been in the music industry and whatnot. It's totally true. It's just the way it is.
So we're not doing the 42 show topless from now on then?
Yeah. I'd have to wear my bro, but yeah, you know.
I'm gonna clip that. you can say your titties.
Yeah. Hey, Warley's here. How's it going? Yeah, so but it's true. It's totally true. If you know the entertainment business at all, and I got a lot of experience there, you just you can be one of those YouTubers who gets one video that sparks virally, and then you look through your analytics and just restructure your whole life around that video to chase being a YouTuber. But that's no different than a job then, because now you're trapped. You're somebody who likes repairing cars, but one day you cooked a meal and that's what went viral. So now you're a cooking YouTuber. That's no different than a job, right?
Yeah.
I don't see YouTube that way. It's supposed to be you bringing who you are and what you think and feel and so on to the platform, and it either works or it doesn't. I don't like those people that do that.
It's like those channels that who are basically how to make a great YouTube channel, and they get millions of views because everyone's desperate to try and find the secret sauce to become a great YouTube channel.
And everybody
everybody watches them, and nobody wins.
It never works for anybody because that information is 2 years out of date by the time they give it. Nobody who cracks the algorithm is going to give that shit up. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's not only that, because I am guilty of watching some of those, and you look at them and you go,
"Well, I don't listen to you."
No, I'm not talking about you listening to me, but I'm talking about me watching their channel, and they're going, well, you're just fucking guessing anyway.
Yeah.
You come up with a piece of advice. Oh, I don't know if it'll help you. It might help you. It might not. What? You're the fucking expert.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
You're the one with 1 million views on this show, and you're just telling me I don't know. Brilliant. I could have done that.
Remember that guy? This was about a year and a half ago or something. He did that experiment where he was live, just like we are now, and he said to everybody, and we did this once too, and it did work, but afterwards it gets taken away. So what it was he says to everybody out there, install more web browsers on your computer. Open up my this stream in as many web browsers and all your tablets and phones and whatnot, and let's see how many viewers we can really get on this stream without having to go social media crazy and bring people in. And this guy already had like a few thousand people watching his stream, and you could see the numbers going up and up and up and up. It was crazy. It was really working.
Yeah. Well, we tried that one night, didn't we? We
did it. We did it, right? And it did work. We gained like 40 or 50 viewers in no time. But a day later, YouTube's bullshit in the background goes, wait a minute, that was 17 views from one IP address. Nah, I'm not counting those. And they all get taken away, Yeah. But yeah, and I'm sure it
works. That's why you should be using Shills VPN.
Yeah. Hey, we got a server. We could run a VPN, but I'd have to charge you for it. So I'd be my own spot. No, we're not doing. No, we're not doing. Okay, wait a minute.
Are we doing a subscription service?
Yeah. Now for something completely different.
Well, sorry, I'm coming up with a subscription service for taping a banana to a wall.
Enrique, where are you, buddy? Come on over and introduce yourself. I don't know where I came up with Enrique. It just sounded like the guy who picks bananas for a living, I don't know.
Racist.
Not really. Bananas don't grow in northern climates, so there's something to that.
Oh, talking of bananas. Remember the other day? Actually, talking about that banana thing. Remember we did that story about that? What was it? Finnish or Swedish, like a parliamentarian who couldn't be in the same room as banana. Yeah. You can imagine that. I bought you a piece of artwork at 6.2 million. Get it out of my room.
Yeah, and then they just lock them in chambers to let them figure it out between themselves, right?
Yeah. No, I wanted to bring up the story about the gorilla suit. Now,
oh god,
I was watching. I don't have the images ready for you, Dick. Yeah, I think that I don't.
Hold on, I know where to bring one up. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
But there was a gorilla suit on a Knight Rider episode. It was like some Halloween special, and Dick was saying, "What are you watching Knight Rider?" No, I wasn't not watching Knight Rider. It just came on. It was at the beginning, and there was a guy in a gorilla suit, like murdering someone, and I go, "Wait a minute! I recognize that gorilla suit," and I put it into the our like private little chat things. Does anybody recognize this? Does anybody know what it is? And are you throwing any images up, Dick?
Well, as you were talking, I was like, oh shit, I'm bringing up the wrong one because I was bringing up one that was a dead giveaway. I'm trying to find others but I only know to search it from my answer, which is giving giveaways. You see what I mean, right?
I'm gonna scroll back, look for it, because it was fucking hilarious. Oh, we got a lot. God, you people talk a lot. Oh, there it is. Okay, I've got the image. Hang on.
Okay,
copy image. I'm gonna put it into the green room.
All right.
Green room. Right. So is the image.
Right.
So this was in Night Ride episode, and I want anybody to in the chat to tell me where that gorilla suit was.
Yeah, name another piece of media, film or television.
Commander Braxton got it straight away. Yeah, exactly. I saw that and instantly go, no, that's the wrong image. That's the wrong gorilla suit. Hang on, no, wait a minute. I got the.
There we go.
Image.
There we go.
Oh,
there we go. Right.
Yeah. It's like I was like, I went down this like I actually asked Chat GTP. Says, I saw this on Knight Rider. It's from Trading Places. Has this been used anywhere else? And he said, well, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
So I want anybody to know if it's been used anywhere else. Heather Wiley says Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, that's the one getting drunk in the corner, right? In Apes.
Yeah, I can't imagine even that. There was some ridiculously bad masks used in the original Planet of the Apes, but I don't think even that one got through.
Yeah, if you watch the original Planet of the Apes and only watch the main cast, you'll be like, "Wow, it's so amazing." And then you watch the background guys on purpose, and they made a few good ones.
Especially when you see them all like sitting down in Ape City or whatever.
Yeah,
and you can see the rubber masks.
Yeah. I still love that movie, man. I watch the original Planet of the Apes once a year, I bet. I love it.
Oh, I don't know. I could watch that often.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I really like it. Yeah.
It's Roddy McDowell that makes it. He's just so great.
And Zira, or whatever her name is. She's great.
Oh, she learned all her lines.
Had amazing trainers.
Do the thing with your titties again.
Yeah, no, I'm not. The last thing I'm going to do is touch my tits for your pleasure. That's not happening.
Because it's great because you're wearing green. Do you know what? As a visual effect artist, I can do with that. Whether you rub your hands up and down.
Give me a couple of Dolly Partons.
I can key that out and put something else there. I might just do that just for fun.
It's not easy having massive tits.
Oh
dear Lord.
What else have I got?
I'm not sure I bought enough beer for this evening. Jesus Christ.
Talking of advertising, which you weren't. There's been this massive thing on YouTube recently where with the adverts, you don't see the adverts,
no,
do you, Dick? Because you got them,
yeah.
That out. So we see all the adverts, and there's been in the last couple of years, there's been this kind of move in the whole cooking environment for a different kind of stainless steel non-stick pan, and they have these like hex-clad pans, and lots of people are like advertising it and recommending it, like Gordon Ramsay and people like that, and people who bought them and tried them says that piece of crap. But there's this new pan that started hitting the YouTube adverts, which is a very, very similar concept because it's still like a stainless steel coated pan, but it's got like this like pattern built into it. And talking about how non-scratch proof it is.
Oh,
and you can see that, you can see images of them, like they've got like scrapers and things, and they're digging at it, and nothing happens. But there's two shots in it in this advert. Well, there's like at least two fucking great big scratches right across the pan, and I'm thinking, this is the advert. You couldn't
even do your job properly.
Like, you couldn't even swap that out for a new pan that didn't have the scratches in it.
Yeah.
You were advertising the fact that it's non-scratch with a pan in it that's got scratches in it.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you, cat?
Totally.
Cat, it's your turn. To press the button for the cat. What the fuck is wrong?
Yeah. Here we go.
Fuck is wrong with you?
I've those kind of Photoshop fails in advertising and whatnot are really getting prevalent. The advertisers think that we are so stupid that they don't even pay people to do the job properly anymore. You know?
Well, became president, so
that's true. Yeah. I think they're all right. yeah. That's true.
If only they made pans with Nazi flags on them. Yeah.
Oh my god. Trump guitars. Oh my god, I got to get a picture of that.
The Trump guitar. Yeah, come on.
Okay, hold on. Let me get a beer. One second.
Tell us more. Okay.
All right. Hold on. 1 sec.
Oh, he's gonna get a bit. You're not supposed to just like leave me in a lurch like that. You got to give me something to chew on. But Dick is going to tell us something about Trump. Trump is apparently a fantastic guitarist. Who'd have thought that Trump was the maestro of the guitar? So come on, tell us more about this.
Well, here, let's bring a picture up. So let me get it up here. I didn't mean to say that.
Ooh, let's bring it up.
All right. Here we go. Oh my god. What? Redirect. Shut the fuck up. God damn it. Okay, here.
Is he selling these Chibson guitars like he did with his sneakers and Trump coins?
Yeah. Look at them. They're all dressed up as if they were like, hand signed by Dwight Yoakam or something. It's just look at.
Hang on a minute. I've got to look closer to that image there because that looks really weird.
Here,
that doesn't even look like he's.
I know.
What's that?
Oh my god!
What's that little hand doing?
Look at that! Yeah,
he's got like a tiny little arm.
Yeah.
On the press.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. That can't be a Chibson because there's no strap on it. No one can hold one of those guitars just using the fret. Using the neck. That's so fake.
Look at the acoustic on the right. Make America Great Again. The M on the fretboard looks like it's overlaid on the frets. Like you see, it doesn't look right.
Yeah. No, that's fake.
Here, let me.
It's like when you see adverts for a T-shirt, and it's just basically a photoshoppy kind of like overlay on top of a white T-shirt.
Yeah.
No one is gonna inlay.
You know what's
fucking neck like that.
You know what's catastrophically crazy about this, though, is that a whole whack of people who don't play guitar are going to buy these things and just hang them on their walls. And
best place for them.
Yeah, well, don't play them because I'm sure that it's got to be terrible. But
it'll probably play Dixie.
Yeah, but they are
not that kind of Dixie.
Hey, you said it, man. That's how we roll now.
I just realized we named our dog after a Confederate.
Your dog was a fucking slave owner?
You're a racist.
I have no idea I was working with a racist.
Oh, little bastard. Good job she's dead. Oh, it's a good job we didn't call her Nazi. That'll be the next dog. I'm gonna call the next dog Nazi.
If you had called her Nazi, I don't think she would have lived as long. So.
Oh, it's better than getting a black Labrador and calling it nigger.
Dear Lord, you did it.
That was a real thing. That was a real thing. The guy, the guy in the Dam Busters. In the Dam Busters movie, and they have like a real big problem with
Fuck
this.
is a dam buster? What are you talking about?
The dam, not 633 Squadron. That's the Mosquito Squadron. The Dam Busters, the World War II raid on the dams. Flying. Come on, you've seen it. You've seen it in Star Wars.
I'm not helping you dig out of this hole. You do it your own. I have no idea.
But there's a classic film interpretation of the Dam Buster raid in Germany against all the dams in the Ruhr Valley, and the flight commander or whatever it was. He had a black dog. As a black Labrador, and he called it nigger, and in the film
saying that Jesus Christ.
What I have to say, because that was the word that was used, and so through the other film, he is referring to the dog to its given name. And that film still gets shown today, but I think they started to like clip those little bits out. So
I just
it's like the poor dog. The poor dog didn't know that it was being, a racial stereotype. It's just this lovely little black Labrador. It's like, what else you can go? Oh, Genghis Khan. Got it, Adolf Hitler. You could have called it rapist, and it's like the dog you just like sit there with his like big doleful eyes and lapping tongue. I was like,
I think Gunk's box of wine has a high percentage tonight here.
Anyway, I think I digressed from what you were talking about. We were talking about the guitar thing. We managed to slip in casual racism.
Don't you dare bring this back to me. Are you
it's all your fault. You bring that Chinese copy.
Before Dunk joined this channel and became the co-host and all that shit, I was always known as that fucking guy who would always go too far, and now I'm the guy with the reins. So figure that out, right?
Yeah. I've been sent here by God to test you.
We're on a mission from God,
and you're losing.
Don't test me.
Never tell me the odds. But anyway, back to the guitar. Back to the guitar thing. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the guitar. Where does this exquisite, beautiful manufactured piece of instrumental, just glorious? Where does it hail from?
To be honest, I don't believe they exist, and this is just another form of money laundering to buy your president to make sure that you can, have your influence felt.
Oh dear.
I'm surprised they're only $10,000. I don't understand that. I mean,
what?
No, but seriously, go to Gibson.com or Paul Reed Smith or something. $10,000 American for a high-end guitar. That's not actually top of the line money. It's not.
No, it is. It is for a new one.
No, I'm talking about new ones.
Classic.
You can get guitars that are supposedly amazing because they're like, made of wood that's hard to get now, as if that somehow makes it better. And you can pay a lot of fucking money for a guitar,
Yeah, but I'm not even too sure Gibson are selling that, that kind of pricing. Even Rory Smith.
Are you kidding? You can a brand new custom Gibson Les Paul or whatever has got to be up $10,000. Here, let's figure it out. Here, hold on a minute. Here.
No, not even Gibson. Actually, there was an interesting video my friend did about this. This whole thing is just like, if you we're talking about the tariffs and Trump coming in and all that kind of stuff. So if you want a guitar, if you want a nice, even an American built guitar, buy it now. Buy it now, because the prices are going to rocket And not only are they going to rocket, the price on secondhand guitars are going to rocket too. If this whole tariff thing comes in, because the prices are just going to go.
Here. I'm on
wild.
If you go to the regular Gibson Les Pauls, you got about $3,000.
Is this a Gibson website?
Yeah. And then you go down to custom select, and now you're up to $8,000-$9,000. This is American dollars, right?
Okay.
Oh yeah, man. Now let me. These are the originals, as they're called. So they're around $2,000, right?
Yeah, and that's about a reasonable price.
Yeah, and then you go to the moderns. Yeah, moderns go anywhere from like $1,500 to $5,000. Then you go to the artist ones. This is where you're dumb enough to pay extra because Slash slobbered his name on a fucking scanner somewhere. Here we go. The Jeff Beck Yardburst, a beautiful guitar, $10,000. Right?
I do love the blue ones. Well, not that one. Not that one. That looks like a piece of shit. But yeah.
But when you go through them, what do you notice? They're just Les Pauls, right?
They're just Les Pauls.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I'm not kidding. Like, a higher end guitar from Paul Reed Smith, Music Man, blah, blah, and whatnot. You're paying thousands and thousands of dollars for a guitar that's no better than one I can buy for $600.
Do you know who's not paying $10,000 for one of those guitars? Is a working musician.
Yeah, that's true, right? Absolutely.
Your top of the line kind of like session musician might buy one and stick on a wall. Yeah. No one is buying those guitars. There are people who will buy those guitars and go, I spent $10,000. Still sound like shit.
Yeah.
It's just like,
most of the people that buy
500
most of the people that spend super amounts of money on guitars are about as good as playing as the guys that can drive that have multi-million-dollar cars, right? You might as well just put them in a garage, polish it, and show people, because if you put your foot down, you're gonna die, right?
Or they are a top class, A-class musician. And they got a band and record deals and all that kind of shit. They can afford to pay that kind of money. But most people with a guitar, most of them can't even fucking buy one out of a pawn shop.
But real musicians don't spend $12,000-$15,000 on new guitars. They collect the classics, just like racing drivers, like the old cars and stuff. It's always that way, right? Yeah,
because they are an investment.
Yeah, totally, man. They're going up. Like an original gold top Les Paul, the kind of thing that like Tom Schultz played on the first Boston album or something. Oh my God, is that an expensive fucking thing now?
No, I don't know about you, but I think the gold top's ugly.
Well,
I don't like it. It's a bit crass.
It wasn't even a top of the line model, and it didn't sell that well, and that's why it's now rare and valuable.
Well, you know why they sprayed it gold? It's because the wood underneath it looked shit.
Yeah, it's garbage. It's like fucking plywood, right?
Yeah, they just had to hide it.
Yeah. That's funny. Anyway, I'm sure what we're saying applies to every industry these days, right? I mean, you go and spend $140,000 on some really badass Mercedes right now, and you get into it and you touch shit, and you're like, it's plastic? What?
Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. These buttons will stop working.
Oh, yeah.
I want to use them for a week.
Yeah. Well, all those cars, like especially BMW and Audi, so bad. Do not buy one of those cars outside of warranty, because they are engineered to explode outside of warranty. It's so bad. Oh my God.
I haven't looked into it yet, but there's apparently some new Jaguar car that's coming out, and it's causing a bit of a.
It's not the car. They've rebranded Jaguar, and they've got a new text and a whole. And these people came out, and they're all like, and they're
gone woke.
It was like, welcome to the new Jaguar. Wake me up before you go. I'm not. It was just.
I see you in the toilet for a blow.
I mean, all the purists that love the Jaguar brand and whatnot are just like, "Oh, so it's dead then, right?" I mean, you know,
I'm selling it. Yeah.
yeah, unbelievable. You know, that's the dumbest thing. But I mean, Jaguar as a brand and Land Rover are owned by that Indian company that put out that Tata Nano. That you know, if you here, let me show you. Yeah, the guys that own Jaguar Land Rover are the guys that proudly brought that car to market. So,
yeah. What happened to the British colonies? You know, the colonization of India, and this is what we ended up with. We should have been Jaguar should have been buying them. This has gone the wrong way round.
Yeah.
Don't you know? Don't you understand colonialism? Hey, you morons.
But it's bad. It's really bad, and you know. So, but this kind of thing. I mean, a lot of the classic brands and stuff that we used to love as automotive enthusiasts and stuff are just awful. I mean, you know, look at Alfa Romeo, Maserati, and some of these brands in the modern day and age. You know, they have like one car that's just some rebadged Fiat or something. It's terrible.
Alfa Romeo weren't exactly famous for their reliability.
No, they were famous for rusting out, right? You know, but
a bit like an Italian.
Yeah. But tell me here, hold on a second here. Here.
Yeah, PJ may well be right. A lot of people have been saying that.
Yeah. But look at this. Is Alfa Romeo not got the coolest fucking emblem ever? Look at this right here.
It's George and the Dragon.
Yeah, well, the dragon is eating that bird plane or whatever that's going in, right? You know, here.
Oh,
right?
Wait. That's that, what, 9/11?
Predictive motoring.
So the English were behind 9/11, shoving an airplane down the throat of the long towery thing.
Okay, that's strike two. If you do that again, we got to end the show. That's just. Oh, God.
Actually, you know,
you wonder why I have to miss shows now and then. I can't take it.
You talk about the education thing in America. You know, Trump dismantling the education system. Now, I saw a video over here. As well over here. Obviously, I saw it over here because that's where I am. But no, I saw a video about a school over here in the UK. Which takes homeschooled children out of the home and into their their education system, and it's all conspiracy shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So basically the idea is you take your child out of the education system, say you're homeschooling them, and you send them to this school. And apparently there's a whole bunch of these schools propping up all over Britain.
And they're
and they're teaching them about, you know, the lies, the conspiracy, the COVID, and just indoctrinating kids. They haven't gone flat Earth yet. They haven't gone quite that far, but anything else, you know, contrails, chemtrails, all that kind of stuff, that is all being taught to these kids. I saw this, I was like fucking gobsmacked.
Oh my God.
It's why we kind of went into like the whole debunking scene, you know, you know, about why flat Earth is dangerous, and people would like laugh at this. Yeah, it's not dangerous. It's not dangerous at all. Oh, really? It isn't. Look at it. Look what's happened. And it's not even just a school. You know, you just don't look about worldwide and American education and just the people, what they believe. Yeah,
it's not just American when you say that.
I know, but the amount of people you see at Trump rallies say, "Oh, I believe in a flat Earth," and go, "Oh my God!"
Oh, and so much worse than that too. Like, you know, like they're eating the pets, and you know,
Yeah, just saying a lie and then just let it carry through.
Especially after Couchfucker admitted that he would invent stories to make sure that his thing got like. You've got a vice president elect who has publicly admitted that he's willing to lie to make sure that they win because reasons.
Yeah, because winning. Yeah, it's all about the winning. I want to win.
You got a president elect who is totally and actually without comedic fabrication a convicted felon on 34 counts. Absolute fact. How can that? How?
They're doing everything they can at the minute to should we say delay the prosecution or
what do
you call it after I mean he's
sentencing and whatnot
sentencing. So they're doing everything they can to legally freeze the estate so that when Trump is done another 4 years they can bring it back again.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. Why? Just because the public elects you to office doesn't mean that you should be immune for things. Again, it all comes back to this stupid immunity thing for presidents. And I agree that if the president says, okay, yes, this is a bad situation, send in the military, let's bomb them or whatever, they shouldn't be held accountable 4 years later for those actions, right? This is the heat of the moment, blah, blah, and whatnot. But Trump is on trial, convicted of things that have nothing to do with being president. There should be no protection here.
Yeah, but there is a strange thing in the Constitution. I'm not really too sure about what the hell's going on there. That you cannot, put a president, a running president, on the stand,
which is bullshit. Because look at what happened to Nixon and stuff, and you know what I mean. Like it's just.
They didn't put Nixon on the stand, did they?
No, not on the stand, but it got to the point where he had to be removed from office. So how come a criminal proceeding against somebody with 34 felony convictions can't keep them from running from office? I don't get it.
I don't know. It's the world we live in.
If you can't be born, if you have to be born on American soil to run for the highest office, shouldn't you also be free and clear of felony convictions to run for said office? Why isn't that part of it? I don't want somebody who's constantly cheating on their wife and having illicit phone calls with dictatorish world leaders and stuff being elected. Even though I live here, I still don't want them being south of me. That's not where I wanted to point. We'll point over.
Nothing to do with your cock.
Yeah.
Sex. That's all I ever think about.
Donald, stop gagging and get the fucking job done, will you? All right? And Jesus Christ. Oh.
Yeah. The thing is, this is where we are. It's like the world is in shock at the minute.
We got 4 years of talking about this shit.
Oh, no,
Jesus
I know.
Christ.
Do you remember when we were talking about this? Weeks back, and it's like, what are we going to talk about?
I know.
When Trump's been kicked out, and Kamala's in, I'm sure there'll be stuff. We could talk about Kamala and the failings of the new Democratic Party. Yeah, we thought, we'll have nothing to talk. Oh shit! Yeah. This is not the way This is not the way we wanted it to be.
This to me shows that history lessons have to be taught in a more forceful manner in our public young people school educational system.
I don't know about that because I've seen videos of asking people about history, and it doesn't seem to matter how old the. Sorry to be digging on the Americans, but because they were the Americans being asked. They were the ones being asked. It seems to be an awful lot of people are very ignorant about history in general.
This is why I'm saying history has to be taught way better in school, because if you don't know history, you're bound to repeat it. And I mean, seriously, this is just what, you know?
I don't know, but do they teach history like it's some kind of like fucking soap opera or something?
You know, and it also really comes down to this whole thing. I harp on this quite a bit, but we, in the modern day and age, we've got this thing. Maybe it's spurred on by social media, but I think professional sports in the 80s is more actually to blame as it became a big thing. But anyway, Americans, Canadians, and probably some other, you know, first world whitey fuck nations. We
now who's being racist?
Yeah, but I'm doing it to ourselves, so I'm trying to balance out your bullshit, right?
Hey, I'm not white.
Yeah, but
look at me.
Yeah. But the thing is now you've got me distracted. I forgot where I was going. What was I just saying?
Sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I wasn't listening.
You're fucking Jesus Christ. Where the fuck was I going? Because I did have a point.
I'm sorry.
Fucking green fuck, you know.
Hey, look, see, he's having a go at me. He's having a go with the green folk now.
Damn it.
It was brilliant though, Dick. It was brilliant.
Oh no, for you I have to do it this way, right? You know. Fuck.
Hang on. You just talk for a minute. I'm going to rewind and I'll tell you.
Oh God.
All right,
Okay. So you do your little rewind thing. I'm going to check something out here. Where is that goddamn app of mine that has notes that I keep sometimes? Okay. There, I was gonna try to grab a clip for you guys of this, but I forgot to pre-show. There's a series of shows that we have in our private Plex server. The 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. They're a little look back in history documentary series that has Tom Hanks as one of the producers, and it's been done by CNN. It's a really good set of shows. I really like it. And the series for the 80s, as they get into the greed is good part, you know, Gordon Gekko, right? They start talking to a young Donald Trump for a little bit, you know, and, you know, with all this success and whatnot, you know, do you ever get sick of the game and the hustle and all this? Oh no, that's my life. It's my lifestyle. It's what I love. It's what I'm the best at it. And it's just this ego filled moment, right? But then the interview says to him, so with all this, you know, do you have any political aspirations? And Trump goes, no political aspirations. But that pause, I do believe that interviewer is the son of a bitch that put the bug in his ear. I think it came from him. And so I want him found and tarred and feathered because I blame him entirely. I should have queued that up, damn it. Dunk is still obviously
okay. I'll just take back. You were talking about history. You were talking about the teaching of histories and talking about sports in the 1980s.
Teaching history, sport. Oh, we are probably talking about the where excess comes from. Does that make sense? Because if I went to sports in the 80s, that's when the owner of the Edmonton Oilers and whatnot and a few sports teams overspent to build a dream team. And that's where athletes making $700 million a year starts, right? Is that where I was going, maybe?
I don't know, because you started talking about us whiteys and I thought, yeah, I'm racist. And that was your baseline you were bouncing off of. So
yeah, I have no idea, you know.
So I didn't help.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna rename the channel to the Two Honkies. Right. That way we can get away with old racist humor because we are old racist humor. But that, I don't think that would sell, would it?
Honk, honk.
So it's goodbye from honk and it's goodbye from honk.
Oh dear. I was just born a poor black child.
You know, that's the thing with racism humor, not racism itself, but racist humor against your average white, because you can do the honky thing, but honky, it's just a shitty word. It's not hard hitting or anything. But if you go to like, oh, well, you're a so-and-so because you're Italian, or you're a so-and-so because you're whatever, now you've crossed into other lines. So, you know, what we need a new word so that the African-American community and so on and whatnot can have a better word to make fun of whites that isn't just honky, because that sucks, right? You know, we need a better phrase so we can be vilified properly.
I have some ideas, but I don't want to have the channel taken down.
Oh God.
We can have the spin the wheel of racist words. Yeah, you have all the different ethnic minorities on the outside of the wheel, and on the inside of the wheel, we have all the words we call them, and then you spin it, and then and everybody is all of a sudden, now other people being called. Because that's the racism word of the month, and then at some point we all become equal.
Okay, I do agree.
Am I winning?
I do agree that instead of coming up with, well, okay, I'm allowed to say this word, but you're not, and all that crap and whatnot, it would be better to just let it. Like, you imagine back in the. Hold on, let me do this one.
I'm not interrupting you. Carry on.
Right, so go back to the early days of gangster rap, not hip hop, because they didn't use the N-word very much in hip hop, if ever.
No.
But when you get to gangster rap, it's my bitches and my N-words and all that stuff all the time. Now, you go back to gangster rap. Who made those people rich? Yes, you're correct. It's white suburban idiots who were listening to it. So every one of those little white dudes that was sitting in their bedroom rapping, listening to NWA and all that stuff, grew up saying the N-word all the time. Because do you think they self-censored themselves when they were rapping in their bedrooms? Of course they didn't, right? So they
thought they were sticking it to the man.
yeah.
And then the man was saying, "No, you're not allowed to do that."
Yeah. So now we've got an entire generation of people who are brought up to rap and use the N-word and whatnot all the time, and they can't.
Yeah.
Right. So you go to karaoke and you bring up some Tupac Shakur or something. Yeah. So all my bitches in my teeth and my bitches in my teeth or whatever. Like, how do you do that?
Even okay, let's extrapolate that, because now you get like Elvis, not called emulators. What do you call it? An Elvis
impersonator.
God,
we don't need Elvis emulators. Don't say that.
No, but you'll have Elvis. You'll have an Indian one, a Pakistani one, a Chinese one, a Korean one, and they're all singing Elvis. But Elvis was a big fat white blob. Now you have all these bands, cover bands, doing impersonations of all black music, but they're just like soppy little white kids on stage singing all this stuff. Like, so are they allowed? Well, no, we're a cover band.
Yeah.
We're just aren't we allowed?
I know it's so screwed up. I mean, I understand that, you know, me, this long-haired white guy, shouldn't be going up to some black guy that I know and going, hey, mate, or whatever, right? You know, like I'm not doing that. You know, it's not going to happen. But
no.
if can't we just pull it out of the music then? Because it's not fair to everybody who likes it. You know? I mean, I don't like gangster rap. I hate that shit. I like real hip hop, like Public Enemy and stuff. You know, I like that stuff. I really like it.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it's just seriously, you know. I mean, shouldn't there have to be the intent to be a jerk before people get pissed off? Can't we get past this and move on? You know, right?
Well, the funny thing is,
Can you imagine? Can you imagine me with all the long hair and everything standing up at karaoke doing some gangster rap song and you doing all the shit perfectly and stuff? Everybody would be in stitches on the floor watching that. I mean, why can't it be funny? You know,
the thing is, the most outrageously, offensively racist thing you can say is that word, the N word that's been reclaimed. That's our word. Well, actually, it was just whiteys who invented it. It was our word.
oh, dude.
you can't reclaim it. We invented it.
You know, the Jamaicans took that further because a big swear in Jamaican is they go, blood clot, man. And blood, it's blood cloth. And it's a reference to the slavers thing to wipe the blood off them. That's how nasty that fucking swear is. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I in one of my bands, I had a singer who was his family was up from Jamaica, and he was born in Jamaica, but then he got to Canada when they were like 6 years old or something like that. His father was a big player in Michael Bustamante's government, but then when Bustamante lost power in Jamaica and all hell broke loose for a bit, they ran to Canada as fast as they could to save their family. Man, yeah. But playing music with him is what taught me how to play Bob Marley Redemption Song and actually get some of the accent words correctly. And it's really funny to watch this long-haired rockin' guy pick up an acoustic and sing Redemption Song. But I can do a great job of it, you know. I love that song. Oh my God, it's one of the best songs, man.
You have to find your inner dare I say it, your inner Caribbean inside of you.
If you're a guy my age, like I had long hair when I was 12 years old.
You had long hair when you were born. Shut up.
I'm not trying to equate, you know, being looked at like a punk little bitch when I was young as a long-haired versus growing up black in an anti-black society, but I do sort of know the feeling of people judging you instantly and in a negative way. It's just nowhere near as bad, right? So I'm not, but you know, I did feel it a few times, man, you know. Yeah. Where are we here? What are we doing? 150, an hour and 50. I have, I don't know, 4 beer in the fridge. I'm not getting more because, you know, there's shows tomorrow and I don't want to be, oh my fucking God, in the morning, right? But I got 30 minutes or so, you know.
We should do that. We call the show, we got 10 bottles of beer on the wall. Yeah, we should have the timer. We should have the timer up there.
Yeah.
Like, bing. Oh, there's another beer gone. Hey, I have a question for you.
Okay, we got a super chat too. So ask the question, I'll answer it, and then we'll do Chuck's super chat.
How you do the super chat?
So Chuck Ymertz in the chat there. Metallica is the best Japanese Metallica cover band I ever listened to.
Who?
I've never heard of them either, but I will be looking them up.
What was it called?
Metallica, H-E.
Metallica.
Yeah.
What, then they're a cover band?
Yes. That's why he says they're the best Japanese Metallica cover band. Yeah.
I can't even picture that. I can't imagine.
Probably little hot Japanese chicks or something too, you know.
No, I might watch that, but then I might be getting in the way of Matt Gates, so I wouldn't want to do that.
Jesus Christ. Anybody in the live chat ever watch any of those reaction videos where somebody listens to a musician they've never heard before or anything?
Yeah, I've seen them and go, yeah, bullshit.
I've had YouTube recommend me a few, and I can't stand the ones where they're obviously not musicians. They're just people that listen to music and think that I want to hear them go, wow, I've never heard a drummer that good. And they're listening to a Poison song or something. It just makes me sick, right? You know, but
the classic one is hearing Phil Collins in the air tonight for the first time. Yeah,
whoa! And it's just, oh my god! You know, it sounds like he fell down the stairs drunk. You know, but there are a couple of these review people who are younger than me, vocally trained, that I do actually watch now and then to get their reaction on the stuff that I grew up listening to, right? And
there's a mass of vocal teachers watching videos back. There's a load of those.
There's too many of them, but you want the ones that inject personality into it as well, because instead of just being analytical, which is lost on most people, like, oh, that's when you switch into your head voice. Oh, what's a head voice? They don't explain it, right? It's that's stupid, right? But there's a couple of people that are good at it. The thing is if you dive into that rabbit hole even slightly, YouTube goes, oh, so all you want is reaction videos? And they give you all of these people in your recommended feed that don't know enough to feed their children on time in the morning, let alone what music is about. And they sit there and they go, and then and then after like 1 minute of listening, they go, wow, what a great song. I've never heard them. Have you? No, I haven't heard them either. This is really good. It reminds me of such and such. Yep, me too. Okay, let's continue. Why do I want that interruption in a good song? Right? I drives me crazy. You know, drives me crazy. Can't stand
it. It's like food reviewers as well. I don't know why I end up down this rabbit hole of watching people who review eating food, because some of them, some of them are
watching people eat. It's just
well, some are just complete knobs. Some of them just like, that's yummy, and that's the entirety of the show. It's like, that was all right. That was quite nice. That was quite nice. I'll try this next recipe thing. Yeah, okay. But the funny thing is that there is a food reviewer that I've seen just going like, it doesn't matter where he's going. It's the fact is he himself is a personality. He exudes personality, and that's what people don't understand. It's not
what it's
just
all about.
It's not you're just reviewing the food and telling you how nice, because you have no fucking idea. You're watching a YouTube video. You can't taste along with him.
Yeah.
So it's the whole thing is just like the whole video is flowing because he's got character, he's got charisma, and he's got personality. And that's one thing a lot of people just don't get. It's just like munching on something and telling you what you think about it doesn't really fucking count for nothing.
No, I mean, how am I supposed to know that their taste buds equate to mine and so on and what? It's just ridiculous, right? You know, that's like me at 6'1" watching the review of some little Asian guy going, "Yeah, you know, these shoes fit properly." Well, you know, fuck.
But the interesting thing that comes from that is that you see a successful personality having a YouTube channel. It just so happens he does food reviews and stuff like that, and then you'll see the lower, you know, the lower peg people, you know, hang their coat on the peg on the lower peg on Tuesday, and they do a food review, and it's just like, well, you haven't really told us very much, and you've just been a bit of a tit. And then you get to the bottom level. I got recommended one.
Here we go.
It was like 33 subscribers, 22 views on his video, and I commented on his video. Said, I don't know who you are. You just came up with my recommendations. YouTube thought you want me to watch your video. Well done and good luck.
And I'm not watching ever again. You know.
But yeah, because there are thousands.
I know
thousands of people. A lot of it. There's one guy I do watch for no particular reason. It just comes up all the time. But he started doing stuff, you know, during the pandemic when he was
of course,
a lot of people turned to YouTube during the pandemic because it was like the only outlet they had.
Yeah.
And
ad rates were up and everything. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. So he was just like, you know, reviewing supermarket, you know, ready meals and things like that. And then, so what's happened is, like, there's 1,000 or hundreds of thousands. There might be millions. Of people I thought, well, he's done all right. I'll do the same. It's like,
yeah.
And they review the same fucking thing.
Yeah. And this is the thing. The YouTube algorithm right now is so based on what have you done for me lately that if you watch a video, let's say reviewing some Little Chef frozen take-home meal or something by Loblaws or whatever, Safeway or whatever the fuck, right? YouTube will now recommend that exact same meal being reviewed by 10,000 other people for the next month. And it just ruins your feed. Are you guys suffering with this, or is this just me? Right?
Pete in the chat says this guy with a fold-up table travels over the UK, orders loads of stuff to rate.
Fold-up table?
That's I know that guy is called Rate My Takeaway. Now, Rate My Takeaway, he has become massive. He's from Leeds. He's a northerner. He's a character. He's a bit of a knob. If you actually, you know, get down to it, you know, he likes to talk to the people that come up to him and say, yeah, hello, I'm going to take a picture, and they film all that, but you can tell he just basically wants to tell them to fuck off.
Yeah.
He says he's one of those guys that, I love talking to the people, but you can just tell he doesn't really want it.
He's a total Chevy Chase, right? You know.
Yeah. I'm talking to the public, but yeah, just fuck off. I'm trying to do a video. But now the thing is, rate my takeaway. Is what he did do is he took over an entire like food court in a UK mall, which is only in a UK mall. They're not like American malls. It's kind of tiny, but he took over the entire food court and filled it with the people that he knew locally that made great takeaways. And he put them all in there, and that became a thing. I don't know what happened to it. He never does videos on it, but yeah, it's interesting how like it's like a mini Mr. Beast,
right?
Who's taken his fame and his fortune and done something with it,
right,
in a positive way. And he does a lot for charity and all that kind of stuff. He's still a knob though. but he'll just go and eat burgers and kebabs and chicken, fried chicken or whatever, and just like rate them and just saying whether they're good or not.
I could understand somebody doing the full lifestyles of the rich and famous and going out and showing me these extravagant meals that I ain't gonna be having, but. Why would I watch somebody review the fucking hot dogs that I got in my fridge? I don't need. I'm gonna eat them anyway. They're there. It does. It's Yeah. It makes no sense to anyone. But I mean, there's some weird categories of shit on YouTube, and every now and then it pops up in my feed, and I'm like, what? And I click. And I watch for like a minute. I'm like, oh my God, now my thing's ruined again. But I try to get away from it. It's just, Or have you ever had that thing pop up on YouTube where it says new to you as one of the video thumbnails, and you're supposed to click it as if you're going to get videos that are completely out of your comfort zone, and you click it and it's just the same shit. You get stuff down.
Yeah.
And who here?
I'm surprised. I'm subscribed to half these channels you just recommended.
Exactly. But even worse is who here uses the YouTube app on a television? I don't know.
Oh, I can't get my head around that.
I don't know.
I just can't get my head around the selections on it. It's just like
there is no selections.
You just can't click.
There's no selections because across the top, they have a row of things that might be of interest to you. And usually most of it isn't. So you scroll across the top and you see like 70 videos that you don't want to watch. And then you start scrolling down and it starts bringing things up that are more categorized, like automotive, tech, and blah, blah. And you know what those categories have? All the same videos that were in that first row. And when I don't know if this is for you guys, but when I open YouTube on my NVIDIA Shield TV on my television, I get recommended about 19 videos and they just repeat in all the different categories over and over again. And literally, unless I'm just watching the latest subscribed video that comes up or I'm searching for something, there's no point in opening that app because I never get anything that I want. It's unbelievable. The YouTube TV app is the worst. It's so much worse than using YouTube in a browser or whatever. It's so bad.
Well, luckily there is this thing on YouTube where in Chrome, I think it is, where you can just like link to your smart TV and just you can just like show it on my TV. So you can use all the functionality of just using it from your computer. Show on my TV, but it's pretty crap.
Jeannie in the chat there says, but I have an Android TV though. There must have been another remark earlier that I missed. The NVIDIA Shield thing I have is an Android TV box, and it's basically a Nintendo Switch that's just been put in a box that I plug into my TV. It's amazing for emulation and retro gaming and stuff. Oh yeah, it's really good. But even NVIDIA has screwed me over. And with the latest system software update and stuff, I'm now getting that goddamn 1/3 of my screen is some fucking advertisement thing. Yeah. So the Shield, I'm going to get rid of it soon. And, just plug, like I was saying earlier on the show, like a Core i5 little cheap ass computer into my TV, because then it'll play everything I need. With Intel's Quick Sync. If you don't know what I mean, look it up. But it means that any video format you throw at it will play. And that's what I'm doing. I can't stand it anymore. I bought the thing, and when I turned it on, it would just be interface for the different apps and whatnot and all that stuff. And now when I turn it on, the huge swath of the top of the screen is advertisements for upcoming shit. That's not what I paid for, and I want it gone. But they're not going to listen to me. I personally think that should be illegal. You buy your TV, you go to the smart menu, and it just brings up your apps and stuff. 2 years later, they go, ooh, advertising dollars. And they change it. So now whenever you go into the menu, you see ads. That's not what I bought. They shouldn't even be allowed to do that.
I used to get pissed off when they go to the like credits of a movie, and then the credits get like shoved and squeezed over. You know,
Yeah.
coming up next is like blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
Just let the fucking credits roll out, you
Yeah.
bastard.
Yeah. Or
Look,
with
just
modern.
talk over it.
with
It's like you talking right now. You talk right now, and I'm gonna talk right over the top of you. And they say, well,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
up next to the Shills is blah 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 blah. Because who cares what he's saying right now? No, fuck off.
Yeah.
Just let them
Or
let it breathe.
It got so bad on cable TV in North America. I don't know about other places, but I'm sure it's the same. In the middle of the show where there should be no ads, this big lower third thing pops up. And then these people show up and they start, and it's unbelievable. You're watching an ad during the goddamn show. And they wonder why I haven't paid for cable TV since long before my son was born. I'm not willing to. You don't get to get me to buy you a drink and then you bend me over. That's not the way it works. No.
We should have a lower third just like pop up every now and then. We're just like somebody else's fucking channel. Yeah, if you don't like listening to us, go and listen to this person because they're live right now. Yeah, that would be great.
Hey, should we pick on MKBHD while we're doing this? Because
please do.
Yeah. But at the same time, he doesn't deserve the bullshit being thrown at him because all the other car YouTubers do it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me set the scene here. So MKBHD, Marquez Brownlee, he's got like 20 million subs. He's probably the biggest tech YouTuber out there.
Bastard.
Yeah. He recently started another channel called Autofocus where he does car reviews because he thinks he's into cars, but he's actually into the car's tech. He's not somebody that could talk about whether or not the engine is overbore or not and all this kind of stuff that guys like me are into. But he very recently, just put out a video where he was driving a Lamborghini Huracan. I do believe it was whatever they're calling the last hurrah of the Huracan before it gets taken off the market. And he was in a rural area where there's some homes and stuff, and he puts his foot into it and just goes. Now, all the YouTuber dudes do this. Cletus McFarland, Tyler Hoover, blah, blah, Tavares, Ed Bolian, all of them get in their cars and just hit it and go, wow, that's amazing. And you can see the poles for the traffic lights flying by, but they don't show you the dash because they ain't that fucking stupid, right? Now, Marquez Brownlee was in this Lamborghini and he puts his foot into it. And just as he puts his foot into it and it launches, there's a yellow sign in the video that's hard to see, but if you slow it down, you can see it. And it says children playing, slow zone or something, right? And people lost their shit because he revved the car up where it looks like it could have been a school zone. Now, it wasn't a school zone. This was put up by local property owners or whatever. It's not a true sign. But when Marquez Brownlee put his foot into this Lamborghini Huracan or whatever the fuck it was, he blurred the dashboard so you couldn't see how fast he was going. But I don't know if it was him or his editing team or whatnot. They were dumb enough to forget that the version of the car they were driving also has a screen for the passengers showing the speed and stuff. And he was
that alone, I think, is quite funny. It's like the passenger needs.
But it's even more funny because he's an auto reviewer and can't even remember that the passenger has a screen in that car, and he's a tech auto reviewer, like he cares more about the tech than the car usually. It's really funny, right? But so people were able to see that he brought it up to 96 mile an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone. And at first, the internet thought he did it through a school zone, and everybody was vilifying him. Now, it came to pass that people slowed it down and looked, and it wasn't a true school zone, but he still revved the car up to 96 mile an hour in a 35 zone, going past people's houses and stuff. And people have vilified him for this to the point where he went back to the video using the YouTube Studio video editor, which is very basic, but he was able to edit that segment, that little bit where he drives the car, out of the video. And then he posted on X, I took that part out. I mean, it didn't add anything to the video anyway. Oh, yeah, driving the super expensive rare supercar adds nothing to the video. It's such bullshit. It makes me sick. But what happened is,
to be fair, he'd already edited out every 10 seconds where thump, a child is hit his windscreen.
yeah.
He got cut those out, so give him some credit.
Right. But what has gone on here is this MKBHD is same with a few other people, like that happened to Linus Tech Tips last year, and he had to bring in a real CEO to control the company because their reviews were getting a little too out of hand and blah blah. But the end result here is this Marquez Brownlee, MKBHD, he got a little bit so full of himself as being Mr. 20 million sub YouTuber that they didn't take the care to realize that Cletus McFarland might do a big quarter-mile pull on the middle of the road outside of his racetrack, but there's no houses, there's no driveways, nothing, versus he did it right in a home area. And I think it's about time that some of these people get a little bit of a slap down. Like, just because you're a YouTuber doesn't mean the law doesn't apply, it's not a, like, I love sports cars and, hitting a back road and going a bit too fast and enjoying it and all that. But we shouldn't be glorifying it on the biggest place for media at the time. And, I think it's a good thing.
You got to be careful. You got to be careful because now people are going to clip that. And then when you're a famous YouTuber, and you're herring down the roads in a Maserati.
No, dude.
Hey, remember this story?
I'll tell you this, and it's an absolute fact. I was lucky enough as an 18-year-old to go to an auto racing school for a summer. I didn't get to fulfill and follow through and all that stuff. I really wish I could have. But I do know one thing. The average person who is trained to drive a car at speed, at the limit and whatnot, is far smart enough to know you don't fucking behave like that on public roads. And your average race car driver is never somebody who hits the media going, oh, they got caught for a DUI and blah, blah, and whatnot. You don't hear that shit, man, because
no, they just don't get caught.
No, it's not that. It's once you've drove a real car fast in a race, there's no point in trying to show off on a back road in some Mustang you're just going to die in, right? They don't even do it,
I'm not too sure about that.
Oh, I am. It's the wannabes that do it, not the real drivers. It's true. Go find me some news articles about real professional racing drivers getting in shit on the road. Very rare.
I'm sure it has happened.
It has happened, but very rare. Very rare. Especially in Italy where the cops will just go, oh, you drive for Ferrari. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, if we had cars fast enough, would give you would follow you.
yeah. But it's like if you go to like Lewis Hamilton, 7-time world champion in Formula One, and arguably the greatest racing driver ever, statistically, and probably so, in like, I think it was 2009 or 10, just after he came into the series, because he won in, what did he, I can't remember the dates, but he famously drove a Mercedes 400D, which means diesel, And he was like, yeah, man, it's a pimpin' car, you know? And he's like, you know, what? Am I going to try to find a sports car that can give me the thrill of my race car? No, why even bother? You know, I just cruise, you know? And that's the truth, you know? Anyway.
Cruising for cock.
In all the wrong places.
Well, I think there's only one place cock is, isn't there? It's been a long time since I looked. I think I'm pretty know where it is.
One thing I do know is we go to different pubs, so I'm just, I'm going to let you finish your story.
Yeah. What story?
I don't know. Something about searching for cock. I
just know exactly where mine is. So it's right. I can point at it. I'm touching it right now. There it is. Boing, 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 boing.
You're the only one in the house that knows. So
it's in a jam jar on the shelf when the wife kept it.
Yeah.
It says break for emergency. On the glass.
Yeah, it's beside that jar that says Dr. Franken. I don't know.
Abby Normal. Oh no, you haven't seen Young Frankenstein, so there's no point. That gag's lost on you. Oh, you got to watch. You got to watch Young Frankenstein. You moron.
Okay, I'll put it in the server tonight.
Yeah.
If you're out there watching and you're one of the people that actually has access to our Plex server, I highly recommend you look up the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s. I just added the 2010s. It's an absolutely fantastic set of sort of docu-series, and they interview the newscasters and the reporters and everything. It's really good. I'm really digging it.
My favorite series was the 2030s.
Yeah. Brought to you by Einstein and Co.
and Fermilab.
Yeah. STEM toys for children that actually excel. Yeah. So what do you think here? We're 217. What do you think? Oh wow. Michael Gotti in the chat there. Gotti, sorry. There's a YouTuber who goes around insulting people. Somalia Joe or something. He got arrested in South Korea eventually after he got knocked out a few times by enraged South Koreans. Now, oh my God, I got to see that.
We had that as a part of the story in the 42 news links.
Yeah, but I like South Koreans seem to be some of the happiest people. Good looking women too. And I got to see a group of South Koreans kicking the shit out of some asshole. I've got to see this.
No, it's called colonic rearrangement, Dick. It's 2024.
I've got to see this. So let's see. Was there anything else we wanted to cover before we're done?
Oh, I got loads of stuff here in my list to talk about. It's just whether you can be bothered to.
I've got one thing I wanted to bring up, and this was an observation I have from watching the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s shows that I was just, advertising. Y'all remember the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster, the first space shuttle that blew up and killed people?
Yes, yeah, I'm aware of it.
Do you remember there was a teacher that was the first civilian going up?
Yeah.
You know what I never thought of until I watched this docuseries that I've been watching was the fact that because there was a teacher on that space shuttle, it was being broadcast to almost
the kids.
All the students in America that day. Everybody in school literally watched that poor.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah. That was
horrific.
Yeah, I remember when it all happened and stuff, but being a Canadian kid, I was just like, oh, holy shit, right? But the realities of the situation never, even as a kid myself, I never thought, like, we weren't watching it. We're Canadians, right?
Yeah, but all the kids were going, can we send my teacher next?
Well, unless she was hot. Oh God.
Yeah, McCormick, Krista McCormick, wasn't it?
Yeah. I saw, like, there was a little interview and she was like, I can't believe I get to go up with these
I
guys.
know, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, man. When
Absolutely
I was
heartbreaking.
watching that on the thing, I was just like, I know this woman dies. This is terrible,
Mm.
Yeah. That was
It's not even just that. It's the fact they were alive when the cockpit was
yeah.
heading down.
Yeah, because you see the
you know,
streams go and whatnot. Yeah.
yeah, they were alive as they were. Hopefully, the thinking is that they blanked out before.
Yeah.
They hit the ocean. But there's telemetry that shows they were fucking alive.
Yeah.
After the explosion, and
yeah,
just sends chills down your bones.
I know. Yeah. And
but that's a lot. That's a lot. What happened with the disasters with space? It just like the first one with the guys on Apollo 1. Just incinerated. Yeah. I mean, so the crowd saying, no crew escape system. No, but even if there was one, would it have been effective? Could it have worked?
You would have
not.
With the whole design of the shuttle and stuff and the roll and as it goes and whatnot, having an escape system would have been an unbelievable engineering challenge that I don't think they could have done at the time.
I think. I mean, it's like the thing with
though.
Elon Musk and Starship. One of the things they always talked about is Starship has got no escape system, and it's like, well, at that point, it's probably too fucking late anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But there was also a discussion I saw people talking about the fact whether people would sit on a starship that not going into space, but using the starship system to travel around the world, and the fact that the starship comes into land with that belly flop. Yeah. And then the belly flop flips over to land safely.
Yeah.
Crossing fingers and hoping. But I was thinking, well, why doesn't Starship, if you going from intercontinental, travel, why wouldn't Starship have like a little glider shuttle thing that just like detaches once it's coming in, and it just glides in with the glider.
Right.
And the rocket lands. It may fail, and it may blow up on the landing strip. But you have a glider,
exactly,
that you can just
It's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm not part of SpaceX. They haven't asked me. I've got to get into the American government before I get to talk to Elon. So
yeah.
He's not listening to me.
I'll give him a call. I'm getting to that point where uncomfortable chair and stuff and whatnot. I can't. I'm at my limit here. Plus I got the other shit. Oh God.
Oh, stop whining.
I'm such an old broken man. It disgusts me. So let's see here. We'll give a big shout out again. Second show, so second shout out right to our team. We got Shayna running the Shills account again. Annette is slowly settling in and getting things ready.
Lazy bitch.
Yeah, I think she's only killed 2 neighbors, but we're hoping that the people that move in beside her will be a little bit, more pleasant. So we'll see how that goes. And we got PJ CNET, our news team manager there. We got NANA, and we've got Super Chat Matt. So thanks, everybody. Big shout outs.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here.
It makes me feel so special.
You are special. just on the wrong lists.
Yeah. More like my son's list. So remember, do yourself a favor. When you walk up to a door, there's a sign. Sometimes it says push. Sometimes it says pull. Read the sign, because you don't want to be that person that's always going, for fuck's sakes, right? So read the sign.
Well, read the sign first. See if it's open or closed first.
That's true. Yeah, read the other sign first, right? Signs everywhere, signs. So there you go. And remember, if I haven't seen you in a week or so, it's because your mother hasn't called to ask me over.
I'm trying to think of something witty to say to that. and I can't. You lost me.
So remember, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
And and handy dandy, whatever. Yeah, send it.
Here, I'm turning on the mics again just because that was too funny, and he might have actually had something to say.
No, you cut me off. That would just do. Yeah, fuck it. Whatever. Yeah, thanks everybody for your super chats. Did you anybody send any tonight? There's a couple.
Yeah.
Thanks for all your your support, because we love you, because it seems like YouTube doesn't. So let's figure this out and make sure YouTube decides that they love us. Leave a comment or something. Make YouTube think that we're great. Just lie.
Yeah. And coming soon on our merch channel will be the dump cock pillow. That's right. You can snuggle up with a big old stuffy bird. You know what? I'm not doing that. Nobody wants that.
I don't know. I could do one of those.
Yeah. Well, we're making one for his wife because she doesn't want him around anymore.
Bastard.
And all I can say is, if you do get divorced, for the love of God, don't end up in a situation like mine. It's not fun. Take it easy, everybody.
Hey, we got a show tomorrow.
Oh, yes, we do. We have a show tomorrow. We're not going to do it in the nude, but we will be wearing kimonos. So join us then.
Oh, God, I've got to come up with a fucking thumbnail now. Oh, God.
Let's get out of here.
Night.